On the list of things that are pissing me off right now, a post from the New York Post just really... The winners and losers of the Trump tariffs. Anheuser-Busch, winner. Because Bud Light and Bud Light Lime are made here. Oh! Loser. Everybody who's invested in the stock market or has a 401k who isn't a select number of the 1%. Winner. A company almost nobody has ever heard of because they're based here. Loser. Everybody else with an iPhone, including the laptop and phone I get from my company and all the other Apples in the world. Congratulations. It's more expensive. Winner. Warehouses. People are stockpiling because they know we're screwed. Yeah, because we could have affordable housing, and instead of we're stockpiling. Because, shit from Shein and Timo is infinitely more important than people's ability to have a home. Loser. The almond industry. I mean, besides the fact that it's using an unnecessary amount of water in California that's already in drought. Losers. Yeah, because we really need to watch American industries fail and call them losers while doing it. Now look, is every trade deal that America made the best trade deal? No. Does that include the one Trump made that he's now conveniently trying to ignore? Yes. Are there ways to make trade deals that are more to our advantage? Yes. But also remember that we have like 750 military bases around the world. Sometimes you gotta get a little to get a little. Okay, we'll let you make a poor trade deal, and in return, you'll give us a piece of your land that we're probably gonna fuck up. And, just endlessly run military exercises out of. But to put it into columns like winners or losers, like there's a cool table and a not cool table. No. Worldwide, this is bad. There are 1,000 other ways to fix trade. There are 1,000 other ways to adjust the economy. Most of it would just come by limiting private equity and, taxing the rich. But why would we do that? Because that would trade us, the 99%, from being losers to just being okay-ish. We're not even attempting to be winners. This isn't the cool table versus the loser table at high school. This is everybody's everyday life. This is our ability to afford food on the table and a roof over our head and have some semblance of a future. Well, we'd love to give you an IV, but the sugar comes from Colombia and the plastic bag comes from China and the needle comes from India, and those are all 3 times more expensive. So, we're not going to give you an IV drip today. But don't worry, we're winning. I know in these selfish times, it's really hard to maintain the idea that if we all do well, we all do well. Because it's supposed to be about me. I'm doing well, so screw you if you suffer. Which is really what MAGA voters were voting for. If I can grind all of you beneath my boot heel, I will be better because you will be a notch below me. I will be better than you. But really, the easiest way to fix almost all of our problems is equity. Because when we're not spending endless amounts of time focusing on winners or losers or trying to hold a certain group back, we would all collectively do better. But we're so busy trying to maintain this bullshit status quo with distracting fucking articles of losers. This is not some 1990s rom-com teen adventure where at the end of the day, it all turns out okay. It's not gonna turn out okay. We're headed into a recession. And to distract from that, it looks like Trump is going to start a war. And in the meantime, anybody whose skin tone is even slightly questionable is going to suffer even more than they do normally. But instead of focusing on that, we're going to focus on winners and losers. What we need to focus on is survival and community. This is just the tip of bad. It's going to get much worse. And it would look like legacy media has just completely decided to side with Trump. People are going to starve. People are going to die. People's financial future will forever shift. Well, you'll make it back in the market. No, you might get back on pace, but you will always be behind where you could have been had we not just intentionally shit up. It's like the idea of catching up on sleep. You can't. a week later you can get a whole 10 hours of sleep, it doesn't make up for the fact that every day the week before you were short 4 hours. You do feel better on the day you get 10 hours of sleep. It does not make up for the fact that every other day the week before you were half of the amount of sleep you were supposed to have. It doesn't matter if our country gets back to where it was in 2019. We will have lost these years. We will not gain them back. We're sending probationary government workers back to work, but short a few, because several of them exited early because they couldn't handle. So yay, almost everybody goes back to work, but not all. Yeah, it's not really about winners and losers. And fuck every piece of legacy media that tries to spin it that way. The only people who win in this are the 1%, and I refuse to refer to us as losers for having some sort of compassion for our fellow man.